Hello, and welcome to this podcast episode, Guitar and Improvisation. Today, we're going to talk a bit about Song for My Father by Horace Silver. We'll go over the form and basic chord changes. I'll start out by doing a little improvisation on this tune with a backing track I'm putting together ultimately for maybe improvisation, but also for this upcoming melody lesson video that should come out on Saturday. Okay, well, let's do a little improvisation. Okay, well, let's discuss the form, the harmony, and all of these types of things that give us a strong foundation in a tune. So we have this opening vamp, which I believe is also the same as the Steely Dan, Ricky Don't Lose That Number, if I'm not mistaken. So we're vamping on this kind of F minor sound, and that's a little bit of a root fifth motion, which I think I'm going to simply include as an intro for the upcoming video. So we're really kind of vamping on F minor. I'm playing F minor right at the moment, F minor 9. And we're working with a key of 4 flats, okay? So when we're working with that key signature, traditionally we have either F minor or A flat major. So in this case, we're in F minor. Okay, so I'm playing F minor 9 in position 6. Okay, we go down to E flat 9. So we want to think about the chord numbering system on this. It really helps our ear to understand the functions of things. So we have the 1 chord and the flat 7. So F minor to the E flat 7. And we're going to D flat 9, and then to C7. So we're really kind of walking down to the dominant, right? F minor, E flat 7, D flat 7, and then we're getting to our 5 of the 1, and that's where we return to the F minor 9 in this case. So then the question kind of comes up, well, what type of collections of tones might we use over this? Well, we have the key signature that gives us 4 flats. But then we also want to ask ourselves, well, is that compatible with all of these chords all of the time? Well, let's check out E flat. Yeah, that one, we can think of that relative to its root, and the key of 4 flats will fit that well. Now, how about D flat 9? Okay, well, here we do have a little bit of an issue because we have a C flat. Now we could keep our G natural because we're really trying to always be aware of the key signature and our and all that. So we could keep G from the original key signature and just flat the C on the D flat 9 or D flat 7 because that's part of the sound of the chord itself. So that would be a good collection of tones to focus on. That's called Lydian dominant. Okay, we get to C7. When it comes to 5/1 type chords, there's a lot that we can do. So let's discuss some starting points. Now this scale will keep us fairly close to our original key signature, and it'll work pretty compatibly with the sound. So that gives us the Mixolydian flat 13, also a mode of the melodic minor scale. If we want to get a bit more dissonance, we could pull from something like the harmonic minor, which is just only a little bit different. And then you could pull from these scales at different moments in your improvisation as well. I won't get too deep into this, but there are really a lot more options on this. But those are some good starting points for you. So we've discussed some chord scales and note collections that help to accommodate the chords as they go through. Let's get back to the progression. So we do go through all of that. We'll call this the A section. Go through that all of that one more time. So that will be AA. And then we get into the B section. B section starts on the flat 7, the E flat, and then goes up to the F minor. And then we have kind of a shorter duration, just 2 beats on the E flat, 2 beats on the D flat 9, and then we have C7, which you could also play as a sus kind of sound, or dominant 7. And then we're back to tonic minor chord, F minor. So let's mark out some goals when it comes to improvisation. We want to have a really firm understanding of what the tonic note is if we're in a tonal tune like this one. So we have F minor. We want to know what our key signature is. And we want to understand that we may need to adjust tones depending on the chord that we're working with. So the D flat is a good example of that because we have C flat, which is not in our key signature. So just to reiterate there, A flat melodic minor, or relative to D flat, you have the Lydian dominant. The 5 of the 1 chord, you want to have a lot of options at your disposal when it comes to that. So all sorts of things like altered scales or some of the basic type chords that I talked about, or chord scales that I talked about earlier. And then understanding the form and your place in the form at any given moment. So like I said earlier, we have A, B. Now, some other options, let's say for improvisation, you may consider simply working with F minor pentatonic and even the F minor blues, which will actually help you work with that D flat 7 or D flat 9 that we talked about earlier. So you can really use those throughout the progression. Well, I hope you enjoyed our talk today. If you need more help with this tune, reach out to me. I'll have information down in the description below. Keep an eye out for the melody video coming out a few days after the release of this podcast. And check out the website, fretprints.com. I'm doing some free live streams on there for registered users and some updates and that kind of thing, as well as exercises and all of those types of things as well. So check out fretprints.com and join, and also join our email newsletter. There you can also find a video version of this podcast. Thanks again for listening, and I'll talk to you all in the next one.